I actually own a power washing company. Repeat clients are fairly inconsistent as it takes more time for clients to come back from power washing than lawn care, mowing your lawn.
Right.
I've been going really hard on marketing for the past 2 years, spending more than I was more comfortable with doing. But I know the only way to grow is spend more money on marketing. Basically, I've been having trouble with marketing because a lot of companies around me, I'll just name one just for whatever. Their name is Perfect Power Wash. They are a huge company. They're in 8 different states. They just got bought out by a private equity group about 4 years ago. Now all they do is they just drive the crap out of the Google CCP keywords, and it's getting to the point where it's I'm paying $30 for one click, and it's just that's not worth it at some point when you have a click-through rate of 9%. Even then is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I've tried Facebook. Facebook's okay, but the leads you get on Facebook, the customers are usually lower net worth customers. So the neighborhoods you get in, they're really small, and the average amount of money you get per lead is just not worth it compared to Google. So I've been staying on Google because of that fact. But with power washing, like I said, it's inconsistent. You need way more money in marketing going out there. So I was just wondering, if you were in that situation of you got to go ham on marketing, you got to try to get repeat clients. It might work out here and there, but it just takes time. 2 to 4 years is what I've known. Would you just keep trying to go at the company, try growing it, or just try a different avenue, such as lawn care? Just try going into that, get out there washing, especially because of all the private equity groups out there.
Yeah, anytime an industry is hard is not a reason to switch industries ever. Because if it's hard for you, it's hard for everybody else. And if there's private equity moving in, that's actually a really good sign because they actually see that this is a sticky industry, that this has margin, this is its ability to scale, and there's a lot of good things. So in any industry, there's going to be, hurdles. And when you hit those hurdles, you're going to you're going to prove yourself right and find evidence to back up the hypothesis that you should either switch industries or why it's being difficult, right? So what you've just said is across the board for most industries right now in home service. And some of it has nothing to do with private equity. Some of it has nothing to do with people rolling up. And it definitely has less to do with the whole recurrence versus projects. A lot of it has to do with the economy. Now, that being said, I do know a lot of what's going on in pressure washing. And I know what you're talking about in terms of they are so cheap and they're just flooding the market in terms of marketing dollars. So what is your city or state? Where you live right now?
I live in Ohio, so it's only 5 months of pressure washing.
Got it. And what was the city name?
My business name is Super Power Wash.
Super Power Wash. I'm looking it up. You have a website right now?
Okay. I do everything myself. So
cool.
I'm the only owner. I don't pay anyone because I just decided to learn everything on my own.
Good for you. Yep. I'm looking at it right now. Are you able to see my screen right now?
It's a 5-second delay. So
you're good. It's light blue.
Yep.
Cool. Good job, man. Really good job. If you created this yourself, great work. Fantastic job.
I just use Bluehost and stuff like that.
Sweet. Yep. No, great job. What I would say is this. If one marketing channel is not working and there's a ton of money moving the market, there's big players and big competition, what that means is you've got to figure out the channel that they are not willing to do or that they can't do. All right. So for example, I think a really good strategy for you is what we do for instant quote door hangers for mowing. I think would be a great opportunity for you to be able to do for cleaning of houses, because the vast majority of your houses, in terms of cost, are relatively similar. You have a once you get a customer, whether it be an $800 or $1,000 cleaning isn't a huge difference to you. And so you have a lot of electricity there, and you could go into neighborhoods, have 2 door hangers, one for larger houses, 2-story ones, a cheaper for smaller houses. And I guarantee you would have a better penetration rate than us because you are a one-time service and people need this every, 5, 6, 7 years. So literally no one's doing this themselves. It's the same, with mowing. Most people will do it because they got to do it 20, 30 times a year. If you're doing this once every 5 years and you don't own a pressure washer or you don't know how to do cleaning and you don't want to go get all the chemicals, they're going to hire someone. And so I really do believe an instant quote door hanger strategy would be the move. Have you done anything like that? Where you actually put the price on there and then tell them to contact you?
Yeah, I've done about 1,000 and only 2 came back. I also did a every door direct mail campaign to one of the higher income counties in my area. I did 5,000 and we only got 3 or 4.
Cool.
But I mean,
on the door hangers,
it's just so saturated here.
On the door hangers, though, were you putting the price specifically for their property with marker and then telling them to send a picture of it with their email, name, and address on it?
We didn't do the email, name, and address. We kind of just gave them a ballpark estimate because we're not gonna walk in the back and stuff like that. But then we just told them hey, if this sounds good for you, either go on our website, just send us a quote, or either one. And it's just a lot of people see that price and it's just there's like, oh, that's too much money, and they just don't do it. Even though it's really, when you think about it, you get it done like once every 3 or 4 years. Like it's really not that much.
Yeah. So this is what I want. This is what I'll show you here. 1 second. Let me show you exactly what I think you should do. 1 second. Okay, so this is what we do for lawn care, right? So this is on lawncaremedia.com. If you want to go look at it and get more, you can zoom in like I'm doing right now. Lawncaremedia.com. But you do the exact same thing for pressure washing. And you're going to have a marker and you're going to do 1,000 of these before you go put them out. The difference between what you just said and what I'm talking about right now is the fact that you, 1, did not have an exact price. You gave them a ballpark. And 2, they can tell this, oh, this door hanger is going on everyone in my neighborhood. They know that right off the bat. What I want you to do is make a door hanger similar to that one and have a price for pressure washing, driveway washing, whatever you want to do. Put 2 or 3 options in there. And then they actually have to put their name, address, and phone number. And then they email you a picture of the door hanger. I guarantee you, if you got, let's just call it 2 out of 1,000, I guarantee you that will go to 10 out of 1,000. And so that becomes very interesting to me. I would really recommend that. I think that will crush it for you. Especially if you're doing it at right times of year, and especially if you do it around like spring and fall cleanup season before we go into winter, and then like right after we come out of winter. I really believe you will 5x your response rate by doing that. And these bigger guys will not be able to do it because they can't scale this. They're not going to have the confidence to put their brand at risk by going and putting door hangers on. It'll crush. It'll do really, really well.